Ah, hi guys. Hello, hello. Y'all know how we do it. It's got to start off with, can you hear me? Because even though technology is my full-time related job, I still never know if I'm doing things correctly or not. I do apologize. Let me raise my volume a little bit. If I'm doing that right. See, I don't even know if I'm doing it right. Hey girl, hey. Hi, William. Guys, the AC's just got to stay on. You're going to hear it, and I'm sorry, but it's hot Korean summer coming at you live. Just kidding, soon, but it still feels very hot. Hello, good morning. Hey, Tim. Oh my gosh, 2:30. Thanks for coming to say hi. I am feeling better. I'm not feeling great, but yeah, I host like a friends meeting event, which has caused like I have a separate group chat with some of you wonderful people who honestly I consider friends now. And we were supposed to have a game day yesterday, game night slash day yesterday. I can't English. Yesterday night slash day, and I was not feeling good, so I had to tell him we'll do it tomorrow. Can't hear the noise. Great. Thank you, Nathan, for letting me know. But hello. 8:30 in Florida. Okay, that's a little bit better. Volume's good. Thank you, Nathan. Nathan, you need to come every time. I need you as my support system. Thank you for making me feel so much better. Hello. Okay. How are you guys doing? Coming to Korea in 3 weeks. I'm so excited for you. Wish I could stick around at a friend's cottage right now. Oh, have fun. But wanted to say hello and I appreciate your videos. Have a great video stream. Thank you so much for just coming to say hi. That means so much to me. I hope you enjoy your friend's cottage. And that means a lot to me that you took the time to come say hello. Thank you. Coming to Korea on Friday. Coming to Korea on Friday. Never gonna do that again. I'm really sorry, Jennifer, but I hope you're excited still, despite my horrible rendition of that song. That is really exciting. You're doing great. I'm also doing blessed. I'm really realizing the ways in which I'm blessed and I'm thankful. But yeah, I think that these days, like, yeah, a lot of people are like, when's the next video coming? And there's been so much that's happened in my personal life in the past 2 months. Feels like it's been 2 years, but it's 2 months. No, 3 months. 2 months. Are you serious? Okay. Time is like the fastest and the slowest thing at the same time. But I am thankful, I am blessed. But definitely hard to get in front of a camera these days. So I really wanted to come on live and just say hello, hopefully answer some questions that you guys have, because I know my direct messages they be thick with questions. So I want to help in any way that I can. And yeah, just be honest with you guys. Cause I think the number one like comment I get is, man, I wish I had your job. I wish I lived in Korea like you. And I get that because it is really fun to live abroad and live in a hustling, bustling city, but it can be hard sometimes, especially it makes you feel like more isolated when you don't feel like you fit in. And or you just stand out because you're called a foreigner. But yeah, I'm always reminded of the fact that I am a sojourner in this world, since I am a Christian, and that's just what we're called to be. This is not our home, but I live here, so I try to make the most of it. And I love living in Seoul. I love living in Korea, but it definitely has its pros and cons, guys. I show you a lot of the fluffy, beautiful sides, but there's ups and downs. Anyways, let's get to some of the comments. Been a while since. Hello, welcome back. What kind of clothes are good for Korea in June? Okay, so I think a lot of weather related. June will be hot. Yes, it will. Hi, Mill. 사랑해. I love you, Mel. Yeah, I'm in Korea right now. So you guys might not have seen, have I gone live since my new apartment? I don't remember. But yeah, this is my new apartment here in Korea. I'm not a huge like apartment tour person, but everybody always says they like those videos. So I'm like, it's usually just like I got all my recyclings over there. Okay, let's get back to weather and clothes. So Korea, you need layer. You need to get back in place. You need layers to survive because it's gonna be hotter than hot. You're gonna be sweating in places that you didn't know you could sweat like that. And that's fun. Mix that with everywhere you go indoors is blasting the AC. So go to cafe, frigid. Feels great when you walk in, you get your little iced coffee, you sit down, you give it 20 minutes, you can't feel your hands, can't feel your feet, something goes numb because it's so cold. And so always bring some sort of like jacket or something that you can wear inside. Plus, nighttime these days is still getting really cold. Not really cold, but it's perfect weather, honestly. So day is getting a little toasty, a little toaster oven, but then I would say like by nighttime I'm still these days walking around in like shorts and maybe like a t-shirt with like a jacket on, and I feel just perfect. So right now weather is great, but come June it'll get a lot hotter and that the waveness will get a lot worse. And then as the humidity just keeps going higher and higher, um, layers are your best friend. And please, this is like a note to myself, a reminder to myself. I need to get out my little personal fan. I don't know if you guys have seen those or heard of those, but they're just little handheld, like you just beep, switch it on. That is my Cheo Chingu, my best friend, is that little fan. So we need to get her out of storage because these days I can feel it. I can feel it. It's getting hot. Happy drawings. Good to see you again. Hey there, haha. Hey there. Hey there, hey there. Okay. I just have to say it. Hi from Montreal. I'm just skipping around. Would love an apartment tour. If somebody else said it, gonna drop it like hot like milk. Yeah, so if this apartment, here's the thing. It's nice. It's nice. It's not what I would have like definitely been okay to live in because it is expensive, but I only had really like one day to find an apartment. So it got a little stressful, and this was really like the best option. And I mean it's just nice, but I feel like it I got this place because I felt the Lord put on my heart to be able to have people to come over. So I posted a few, just like last night I had a ladies' night with some of my friends from church, and we had like a little going away party here. So I wanted a place that was nicer, larger, could have people come over. Um, but it's always like, not really clean. It's clean, but it's not like the cleanest that I would want it to be like in a video. And then also I feel like it looks really nice. And then that's going to give off this weird thought that like I'm doing super well in Korea and everyone can just afford to live in this nice of a place with rent at this price. Da, 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 da. But it's like the deposits. I don't want to be part of that, like just wanting to get views kind of channels that will put the apartment tours up and say like it only costs me this much to live here, but it's like you put down $10,000 to live there as well. So I try to be like really honest. So I'll definitely like pray about it, and maybe I could do like an Instagram reel about it. I don't know if I want to like devote a video on the channel to it because I do want to remain like helpful. But I get questions. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting distracted. Okay. Let me go back up a little bit. I know there were a lot of good questions. I'm really glad when you guys say comments about how you felt like my videos have helped you or any way, that really does mean the world to me, and I'm really glad. It motivates me to keep getting in front of the camera, even if I personally don't feel like it. I'd really love to help you guys, like so much. Hi, Sammy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, you're coming to Korea in winter. Considering the weather, there's always still so much to do. I mean, is being in the frigid cold fun? No, it stinks. But there's always like a lot of really wonderful museums. Gosh, cafes, like are endless. It might not be enjoyable walking there sometimes, but I brought it from the States. I didn't even have the full length long padding. I just had like a winter coat. And I was fine. Like I am but I am also a northerner technically by blood. And so I felt like winter was just going to get worse, and then I never felt like it was like horrible, horrible. So it's just it can get windy and stuff like that. But it's more just like the fact that I feel like the hearts of people, what is it? The seasonal depression. I think that's the harder part, is that you do start to feel isolated because you're not going to run outside. You're not going to go outside and just bear the heat or see people having picnics and stuff like that. So I think that part is hard, but there's so much really to do always. And especially like if you're looking to make friends and stuff, there's like the language exchange. Be careful with the language exchanges because there's one called You Are Not Alone in Hongdae, and I love them. Tyler, the guy who does that. I used to go every now and then when I lived in Hongdae area. I don't live that distance over that way anymore. But I really loved his heart for that program of like really wanting to make sure nobody is alone. So there's always like Korea is so fast paced. So there's always something to do. Maybe you can't do like the outdoorsy things, but there are just so many like events, little pop-up events that happen for no reason. Arcades are fun. Noraebang. I could go all night in a noraebang, know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, there's still a lot of really good stuff. What church do you attend? Message me on Instagram and I always have people just message me on Instagram since I like volunteer full time at that church. Not no, that makes me sound really important. I am leader of like a ministry at the church, and like that's my home. So I just that it feels like I'm giving away my personal address if I say what church I go to because I live there. I didn't take a sip. I didn't take a sip. Okay. So yeah, just message me and I would love to meet you at my church if you're interested in coming. Instagram's probably the best way. Have I met Pirate Dan before? Him and I did a video together. Gosh, last year? 2 years ago? Oh my gosh, crazy. Last time you said this neighborhood is gonna challenge you more to experience and speak Korean. Ooh! Ooh, she a real true family member. Oh, you're so right. I did say that. And be more with more native people because there aren't that many foreigners in that area. How is that going? Okay, please tell me how to pronounce your name. That Sura. Maybe not. Tell me. That meant so much to me that you remembered that. Thank you so much for doing that. Correct. Correct. I'm getting challenged. Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, I moved away, yeah, from foreigners. We went south a bit. And I wanted to really like take that opportunity to start practicing my Korean more and experience, yeah, just more of like the authentic Korean way. I've really grown to love where I live. And it's really beautiful that I remember when I got the apartment, but I hadn't like officially signed the contract, but it was like mine, but like I hadn't given my John Hancock yet. So I remember I was really nervous. I came back at like 10 p.m. or something, and I went to like a cafe that's, like across the street. And I was like, this neighborhood doesn't feel safe. I started just panicking because I'm really, really not good with change. I struggle with change. And so I just had grown. I loved my old apartment. where it was, location, ideal if you are just coming to Korea for the first time. It's called Yeonnam-dong, and it's just north of Hongdae. It is a bit bougier, but like my apartment was not bougie. It was like in between Hongdae and the bougie, and so many beautiful cafes, so much to do, far away enough from the bustle of Hongdae that I just kind of didn't feel like I was too submerged in it. It was a quiet little area. Loved, 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 loved where I lived. So to move away from a place I loved, the only reason I was moving was to get a bigger place because I felt the Lord put it on my heart to be able to have people come over. So yeah, I came back here at night and I started panicking. And I will say, where I lived before was probably a little bit more comfortable feeling because there wasn't there are some like motels where the kind of ish near where I live, which is just sad and kind of disturbing. But the way that the streets are, it's not near my home, but it's not too far away. And so, but there's like a really beautiful park where I live. I've really just grown to like love this area, even though it's a bit far away from foreigners. And my Korean isn't as improving as much as I would like for it to, because the most Korean I am speaking is usually just like cafe restaurant terminology. And your girl loves food, loves coffee. So we got that down. People, oh my gosh, your Korean's so good. No, I just like to eat. So I'm good at that talk. So it's improving. I am proud of myself for the way that, like, yeah, I've just trusted the Lord in this, and it led me to, yeah, there's two parks actually that I've grown to love and go to all the time. And I ended up living really close to another friend of mine, and it wasn't like intentional to move near her, but she's been such a rock and a foundation, and having like a friend that close that I can just walk 7 minutes and she's right there. So overall, I love where I'm at, but I definitely think that there are some, like, there's just pros and cons to everywhere, right? And so I'm just trying to, yeah, trying to be proud of myself for taking the step because it was really hard, and to see that it's been blessed and such a blessing is really powerful. So thank you for checking in on me. Hopefully my Korean will continue to improve, but I do love it a lot. So I'm really thankful. Thank you for asking again. Um, Happy Saturday to you, Sunday to me. Woo! Weekend. We love it. Okay, let me go back up. Oh, okay, so it's actually, your name is Annie Mesh. I hope I'm saying it right, but thank you again for asking. What am I saying? Let's go back. I missed so many things. Is it best to visit South Korea in fall or spring? I love both, but I think I prefer fall. Just because I think the leaves changing here, the colors are the most vibrant I have ever seen anywhere. The yellow trees, like there's a certain tree and the leaves turn yellow, and it is the brightest yellow I have ever seen in my life. And Nami Island, guys, Nami Island is my favorite. I love going there. And in the fall, if you guys haven't seen my like tours to take in Korea with a company called Tracy, I love Tracy. Genuinely love them. It's not like I just accepted a job to get like money for a collaboration. No, I really love that company. The SIM card one that I always mention in my SIM card videos. They took me, yeah, to on like some tours, and I was able to make a video, and I like genuinely loved what was going on. And Nami Island was like in the fall, incredible. Took my breath away. I love both, but I think I prefer like fall vibes, fall weather more than like, am I going to sweat a lot today or am I not? Like, I can just trust that fall is going to remain chill. I'm a chill person. Am I? I don't know. You are, hey, Megan. Hi. You are on an E6 visa. You don't need to do modeling if you are a content creator. So I am on the E6 visa. Basically, the visa is like an umbrella of I can do anything with a camera. So that is a large umbrella of like I can do modeling. I can do my fridge is going off. Sorry about that. I can do modeling. I can do a lot of like the guest appearances, like on other YouTube channels. I can do. I guess it would be not just camera, but that's like the quickest way to say it. But anything, yeah, I could technically do like the on air radio type stuff. I've gotten opportunities with that voiceover, so acting, related things. You don't have to do anything you're not comfortable to do. I do not want to model at all. I don't want to model at all. I'm not, that's not me. No, that's not me. There's so many beautiful people who are good at it and they live here, and I'm going to let them keep that job. I honestly am mostly working for myself at this point and don't really need to be on this E6 visa other than the fact that I need a reason to stay in Korea. I've really been struggling with, yeah, just because of something that happened in March. I just lost a lot of my, like, let me just go around and do all of the things desire. I kind of just realized like I need to just step back and like unplug from saying yes to everything. And just I wasn't saying yes to everything. I was saying yes to companies that I personally loved. I only work with a company that I myself feel like genuinely you guys should hear about this. So I reject so many companies because I don't care about the money. I care about authenticity and being honest with you guys. So if I make a video saying that I like something, even if maybe there's one reel I made where I worked with a company, the experience wasn't all that great, but I tried to turn it into like the best version of it, but the final product, like what I was saying, was all true. Glamping is enjoyable. Just make sure you go to the right site, because where we went was not good, which is why I did not offer the address to you guys and tell you where I went. So stuff like that. I'm always honest. So I don't, but yeah, I kind of like, I lost a lot of desire to work with other companies because the pay in Korea when they offer to work with you is so low. It is not livable unless you're super like popular or you get a lot of jobs like often. Like I really feel like the only reason I can survive here in Korea on this visa is because of my own YouTube channel, my PDFs that I sell. We'll talk about this in a little bit, but I have started soft launch. I can tell you guys, I soft launched a like on Instagram. It's like the first, what is this word? First highlight reel on my page. But yeah, I started this like consultation, like a one-on-one consultation. If you're interested in just speaking with me one-on-one, we video call, and yeah, I help you plan. Basically, like if you have questions about planning your trip or when you want to come here, I can show you how to use certain apps. I can show you my favorite spots. And it's just like a one-on-one thing. So I started doing that. So stuff like this is how I'm able to survive. And I just want to say that because a lot of people care about hearing like, how do you get this E6 visa? I'd love to do what you're doing. It's really my end, like my YouTube channel, my behind the scenes stuff that allows me to stay and live here. My working in Korea jobs, I would have made nowhere near enough money to be able to continue to live here. So I just want to explain that so that people don't think like the E6 visa is great. Anybody can live in Korea. Is my YouTube channel, y'all. That's what's kept me here. So people usually only have that if they have savings saved up to be able to do that, or they find other ways to work part-time online. Um, Sadly, I know a lot of people like literally have to part-time illegally tutor. Like they're not allowed to do anything outside of the entertainment realm, but they will find tutoring jobs and get paid under the table because they can't survive here without it. So I just want to be honest with you guys. But hello, hello. Hello to all the people that join and come. Annyeonghaseyo. Hello. I am really sorry that I think I missed a lot of questions. So please repost them if you're here. Send them, and I'll try to get better about answering just quicker. Hello. We will stay in Seoul for a month from mid-September to the end of October. Great time. Love that time. We would like to have an introduction day tour. Can you do it? So about tours. So if you guys watched one of my other videos, I said that I'm starting tours, like launching tours. And I have a whole tour planned. Like I have the format and the layout, the idea planned. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it logistically, financially. Also trying to figure out how much to charge, just because taking the time to go do that with you guys is a huge, like I really want to. I love to meet you guys. I'd love to show you around, but I also am only me, and I do care about this YouTube channel too. So it's like trying to figure out logistically how to do it, and like how many people should come. Should we keep it intimate and small? So there's a lot about it that I have the tour itself laid out, the idea of how to do it. So I'm really pumped about it. I'm still just kind of trying to figure out the logistical side of things, / I'm trying to build a little bit more like behind the scenes, like what's the word? I always forget the word every time I go to say it. Passive income. There it is. I do want to live in Korea and continue to live in Korea. So I'm trying to find a few other ways that I can work on a few more PDFs. I've been working on like the where to stay and updating it fully, because I have that where to stay video, but things have changed, and I'm offering like way more like tips in the document itself, more than I did in the video. So stuff like that, trying to work a little bit on that. But I'm really hoping, this summer, definitely, like, I would love that in June we can start having a few tours. Like I really, 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 really want that. Just trying to figure out, especially with like heat and stuff like that, what days of the week. So yes. The other option that I'm thinking of as a different type of tour is when you arrive in Korea, to be able to meet me and I take you guys via public transportation back into Seoul, which is like an hour some ride. And we just talk along the way, and I can answer whatever questions you have. I help you. Like I literally pick you up. I would be the airport lady, the sign person, and say like, hey, welcome to Korea, welcome to my home, and be able to help you get your T-Money card and then take you, like on the subway. And I would love to do something like that. But the problem is, again, time. And that's a lot of time. And now I don't really live as close to the airport as I used to. So just trying to figure out, like, I feel like I would have to charge a lot, and I would feel bad charging a lot to do that. But then I know that some people would just feel more comfortable if we did something like that. Even if I like offered, my friends could do that for you, who are also knowledgeable and have lived here for a long time. So there's a lot of cogs turning, ideas happening. So yes. So yes. What's wrong with me? Oh, hi. I'm crazy. This is actually, so is it all right to wear vests in Korea? This is actually something that's good to mention, is that I would say Korea used to be so against, like I used to feel like I cannot show my shoulder, and I still don't, because I am just so used to that. But I definitely am seeing a lot more shoulder action going on, especially come summer. Like I would say, Korea is definitely getting a bit westernized. And so the shoulder moments aren't, I still think spaghetti straps would be rough, but like people do it. And if you're hot, just do it. Like wear the spaghetti straps, have some sort of like flowy kind of like layering moment. But when you're outside, Just don't worry too much about it. If you're going to get looked at, you're going to get looked at either way, whether or not your shoulders are out. But especially if you're going to like the touristy areas, I would say that it's less of a big deal than it used to be. But I'm so used to it and I don't want to stand out, so I'm like shoulders hide, you know? Anyway, how long are you planning to be in Korea? That's a good question. I really just take it a year at a time. And yeah, there's some stuff that I can't say about my personal life, but yeah, it's easier to really just take it like 1 year at a time and just keep praying and asking the Lord to make it abundantly clear. But right now, business wise, job wise, career wise, I love living here. It's going so well. So I think once winter starts rolling around, I'll have to reevaluate. But for now, I don't have any desire to leave in the next year, but we'll see. Will you do tours of Jeju? So I actually haven't even been to Jeju, so I don't think you would want me to do a tour of Jeju, but I do hope to go to Jeju one day. That's like definitely on the bucket list. I just have so much to do on this side of, of South Korea that I haven't made my way down there yet. But flights are so cheap, I should go. But I keep telling myself I'll only go if a brand offers to work with me. I just want to like say that that's what allowed me to go to Jeju. Oh, Sammy, I'm glad you're doing well. How am I? Oh, I'm also so proud of how far you come. Thank you. Sammy is one of my like OG followers. He's been there since like way forever ago. And I am also thankful for the growth. It's crazy. We're at like 18 something thousand followers now, subscribers. And like 90% of you guys aren't subscribed. So it's like, God is good. But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. Sundays are beautiful days. I can't wait to go see my church family. Fun fact, your name Megan and the movie Megan as a robot have the same name. What is it like? I think I remember hearing about that movie. Honestly, let's talk about how everybody has my name. But that makes it sound like it's mine. It's definitely not mine. Many of us have the same name. Always meeting other Megans. I am not a robot. That is the difference between me and that robot. I am not a robot is my favorite drama. I don't watch many dramas. I've only seen maybe 4 incomplete, the full thing, but I am not a robot with Yu Sung-ho. I forget. First drama I saw, fell in love. Love, 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 love that drama. My family and I are going to Korea in late June and want to do a day trip to Busan. Any tips on taking the train to and from, and any places you would recommend we would go? I love Busan so much. Ugh. I really, 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 really love Busan. This summer, I feel like is going to be incredibly busy. Like incredibly, incredibly busy. So I really cannot recommend enough that you please do not go on the weekend, but go on a weekday. And I would say Guanali Beach is like the one I'm the most familiar with, but Haeundae is like the most probably popular. I personally like Seomyeong, which is where like the 2 lines meet. I believe it's like a green and an orange green line meet. Seomyeong is where I used to go. It's kind of like the little city of Busan, and there are a few restaurants there that are just, there's a ramen place that I have linked in my Instagram stories and like the Busan one. So good. Yeah, I really love Busan. The only thing is that if you could stay one night, I really recommend, because by the time you get to Busan, so however you get down there, if you take the train, if you take the bus, by the time that you actually get to the destination that you're getting to from Seoul, if you take the KTX still, it's going to take you, you're going to spend around 6 hours probably. 6 to 8 hours depending on how you get down there with transportation. And so if you're just thinking like sun up to sundown, that's like a lot. So if you can like maybe go super early and then just leave super late as well. But be careful to make sure that you buy your tickets in advance. I have a train video and a train guide, and I really, really recommend that you check both of those out if you want to make the most of. I just got random hiccups. Good. Watch the train video because that's like a way that you could buy your tickets in advance. But if you're only going to take the train down to Busan and back only, there's also the option that like if you're not going on a weekend, I think you'll be fine to get tickets when you arrive. But be careful because weekend tickets to Busan get sold usually like 2 weeks in advance, if not 3. So just be really careful about that side of it. And goodness, there's so many good things to do down there. I just think that if you're going to go all the way down there, make sure you just go to the beach and enjoy some beach moments. And the train will take you farther west than farther east. And so if you want to do kind of like some time management, maybe don't go all the way over to Gwanghwaneuli and Haeundae because it'll take you a while to get to those beaches. Stay over. Let me just pull the map up. You're going to want to stay over on the east side. You've probably seen the pictures of like the really colorful village and stuff like that. You're going to want to stay over on that side instead. So this is Busan. All of the little stars and stuff are places that I like that I at this point don't even remember. Haeundae, Gwanghwaneuli. The train will take you here-ish. Am I on the right area? Here-ish. And so instead of going all the way over here, because as you can see, it would take a minute to get there, like an hour. Unless you took a taxi, then it maybe will take you 25 to like 30 minutes. But stay over here. Specifically, if you see this little like dip, there's some really good, like there's like this, yeah, if you come down here to this like Biff Square, this is like a good market area. There's lots of like restaurants, fun little area to just like walk around. And you can still go down, where is it? Go to my Instagram. Go to my Instagram. I've got these like highlights, and I have one called Busan. And there's also, I did this little trip called what did they call this? Bulgyeong. And the places in here that are the Busan locations, which is, it starts off in Busan. Those are like some places to see and some things to do. That was the market that I was just talking about. This area is my favorite part in all of Busan. Ah, why'd you go away? Okay. This cultural village area, this is the best place that you can go to in Busan, in my opinion. The view here is spectacular. You can also take the air cruise, like the little... What are those called? The hanging carts? I don't know. That's the best place to go. Okay. That's my Busan tip of the day. Tips of the day. I hope that was helpful. But yeah, just try to stay far east because it'll take you too long to get to the other beaches if you're only staying there for less than a day. Okay, yes, I have a tattoo. This is the only tattoo I have. It's the only tattoo I'll ever have. It just reminds me that the Lord is my first love in my life. If I ever get married, the ring will still be below. God is first. That man would be second. But yeah, I got this when I was in a really like rough season of my life. And just a good reminder, I used to draw it on my hand with a pen, told my mom I was going to get it tatted. She said no. And then I came home and I showed it to her and she said, "Oh, I like it." So love you, Mom. Cable cars. Thank you. Cable cars, hanging carts. Okay, I missed so many comments. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Y'all talking fast. Y'all talking fast. Okay. Yeah, there is a like you're supposed to make a lot of money with the E6, but they're usually more like relaxed, and the entertainment visa, they're usually more relaxed in your first year, but still. How do you use the microwave in the convenience store? Honestly, valid question. The buttons be crazy. Honestly, I just click things and I watch the timer. There's usually you don't have to like often you don't have to click start. You just click like one and it'll start moving. But sometimes it'll say, if you don't speak Korean, maybe there's a button that says like seconds. Yeah, this is just that's the button for seconds. So if you see like 45, that means seconds. So you can click that. But don't underestimate how delicioso little kimbap gets when you pop her in the microwave for a good 30 seconds. I love, ooh, what you can just put it like in the full wrapping. You just put it in the microwave, warm her up. It actually says on the side of it how long you can put it in the microwave. Really recommend. Really recommend. Use those microwaves. I missed so many questions again. Sorry. My Korean level is just okay, below average. But I can read and I can understand. Yeah. I love that I love like I really like love the language. I'm just not good at learning the language and I'm way too shy to speak it. Way too shy to speak it. So that's my only issue. Usually you can't buy train tickets all that far out in advance. In the video, I talk about how you can buy them with Trazy. That's the most far in advance that I've ever seen that you've been able to buy tickets. But they still don't issue the ticket until like the month in advance. But at least it's on their end and you know that you'll get a ticket. But yeah, just know that usually you can't buy them too far out in advance. Are you still playing baseball these days? I am not. I sadly just there were some things like I couldn't physically do baseball anymore. So sadly I've kind of like migrated away, but I didn't really need to do it anymore because the team wasn't becoming what they had originally said the team would become. So just kind of slowly faded. I'm just thinking about that like Homer Simpson like gif of him just like going into the bushes. That's me. So I'm technically not. I could continue to play if my body would allow me, but my body is not. We're trying not to get too hot and sweaty this summer. And die out there because it's so hot and pass out. Collaborating with other YouTubers. I don't want to collaborate with like channels unless the channel makes sense for me to collaborate with, if that makes sense. Like for a collaboration would mean that like we're kind of doing something together. So I would love to collaborate with maybe another channel that had helpful Korean video content. That would be good. But as far as like, I don't know if maybe you mean guest appearing. I guest appear on like sometimes like other YouTube channels like Words with Friends and stuff, but I can't control whether or not they ask me to come say hey and come be on the show. But Yeah, if I do, I usually post it on my Instagrams. That's a good way to find out what I'm doing. I'm American and I am from a little bit of everywhere, but mostly Ohio is where I lived a lot of my life. Yeah, weekends in Busan are a big, like, it's packed. It's scary packed. I used to live in China, so I do speak like Indian, like just a tiny, tiny, tiny few words. Not even speak the language, just a few words. A Michigander. We're supposedly rivalries, but I don't care about the Buckeyes. Not that they're not great. I just don't have. I don't bleed Buckeye blood or all of that because I wasn't born in Ohio. It's just where I like lived a lot. So sorry, Ohioans. Um, yeah, super packed. Everywhere's packed on weekends, but super Busan packed. Super Busan. Do you have any suggestions for non-teaching jobs in Korea? There's another. I don't personally know her at all, but I want to say her name is Kimmy. Is that right? She made a video recently about other jobs in Korea, and I think it's a really good video to watch. Oh gosh. Can I find it? She just made it. Oh, Camille. Camille? How to Find a Job in South Korea 2023 version. Commercials. Okay, well, it's the top one. That one is a good video. And her name is Camille. I recommend that for any questions related to how to get a non-teaching job in Korea because that's what her job is. Or that's what she does. Michael. Hi, Michael. Um, 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 um. I have not been to Chinatown in Seoul, but I've been to the one in Busan. My problem is I love authentic Chinese food, and in Korea, they think jjajangmyeon is Chinese, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Never once did I ever see that when I lived in China. um. Do we have enough for 4 days to visit Busan? Yeah, if you have a few days down in Busan, I think that would be much better than just like the day. Um, but again, try your best to not go on the weekend because you not only have like foreigners coming like crazy and like nearby countries that like something that I think gets in my mind is like or something I forget that slips out of here is that people often I'm an American, so I'm thinking like to go to another country is a big deal. But there's so many neighboring countries to Korea, so people can fly here from their country for super cheap. So just to go for like a day and like a weekend in Busan, like so many people come and then people in Korea all flood down there to get away from like Seoul and enjoy the water. So it's packed. My friend, her name's Hope, she posted like on her Instagram story about how so many people are in the water trying to surf and not even really trying to surf, but to basically just get run over. Like, unless they go surfing in the super early morning or like way later, the people are just like falling on top of each other. And a lot of people are just going to take a picture on a surfboard. So it's really, really like, holy crap, there are so many people. And you have to like usually pay to be underneath those like little tents. And there are so many people on the beach that like your towels are on top of each other because there's not that much beach area. So don't, please, for your sake, if you have the time to come during the week, just go to Busan during the week. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Isaac. I am well. I hope you're well as well. How do you deal with the sweetness of Korean cuisine? That's how I die. It's hard. It's hard, y'all. We gotta stick together. If you find something salty, you let me know. Um, Honestly, my palate has just grown accustomed. Like I've just, you got to deal, you take the bite. It used to be triggering. If you saw my like things I dislike about Korea video, it used to be, like the, like when I bite it and I'd be like, no. And now it's just like, figures, but you just find those places that aren't annoyingly, unnecessarily sweet, and you just keep going back to those. Like I'll get pizza from Papa John's if I'm going to get pizza because I know that it actually tastes like pizza and not like some sugary pastry. And there's, I think in that thing the things I dislike about Korea video, I think I posted like a few of the snacks that I like that are not randomly sweet for no reason. Just trust that whatever you find in a convenience store, even if the packaging looks like it might be salty, it'll probably still be sweet. But yeah, I like Pringles a lot as well. I bring over salty snacks as well just to survive, out here in these rough conditions. I'm dramatic. But yeah, you just kind of have to get used to it and be going with the flow. With each bite that you take, go with the flow. Cry. Let it out. It's okay. When does that kind of summer season end in Busan? September-ish. End of September. Early October. Kind of. Yeah. Around then. Thursday to Monday. Well, it's okay. I mean, you could still have fun. Just understand it'll be really busy. Try to do on like Thursday, Friday, Monday, the most touristy things, and like don't go to like the cultural village or anything on Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, just be aware of the busyness. Mosquitoes. That's a good question to talk about. So, mosquitoes here are vicious. Vicious. Literally, I got in a fight. It kept flying at me and I would be like this and it would come straight, like it literally would be like ring, 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 like comes right back at, like, put them up. Like they fight and the bites last longer and they're way more itchy. And mosquito repellent here it does not work. I'm getting heated. But yeah, in the summers I literally don't open my windows very often. Like circulation I just can't stand the thought of bugs coming into my living establishment. And so be careful. I honestly would bring some sort of mosquito repellent. But they're so vicious. I don't know if it would help you, but you don't need to sleep with the net unless you have a situation that if you go back into like my older videos or you go into some of my stories, I used to have like a serious problem in this one place that I lived. They just kept coming in. But yeah, sometimes like the worst end Airbnbs, the screens on the windows they still get in. They always freaking find a way in. They just nuzzle their way through, you know? So they're vicious. They are many, but I just hope you have the blood type that they don't like, because I don't think they really like me that much. I could have been bit way more. I sat outside for a while. I could have been bit. I only got one really like bad bite, but it looks like the bite looks like a pimple. It's so weird. They're vicious. Okay. Definitely have the little, if you have an Airbnb and you feel like they're coming in, sometimes there's like cracks between the windows, or if you have one of those AC units that has like the pipe that goes outside. I think I just I'm probably it's probably not true, but I felt like the mosquitoes were coming through there, because I seriously don't know how they were getting in my house. Um, but yeah. Can we buy good mosquito repellent in Korea? I really recommend that you bring some. I have not found one here that I felt like did a good job, to be completely honest. Da 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 da. Okay. Mosquitoes are mouthful. Mill, you right. So yeah, I guess it really depends on it depends on where you live. If you live in, like, I'm thankful that I live in like a newer apartment now, so the windows are really tightly sealed and stuff like that. So I am less worried about it. But when I lived in some of my older like my even my I think it was like 2015, 2017 or something like that, building was fine. It's when you start getting into the older buildings that I think that the the way that they have the air conditioning. Okay, we don't need to talk about mosquitoes anymore. Bring your own repellent. I do recommend. Um Oh my gosh, Carmen. I'm reading over your comment, and the Lord made a way for you to come here in September. That's incredible. I don't know if that means that you have the way already figured out of how you're coming, but the most prepared that you can be, like, is just doing as much research in advance. That's why I made my channel. I do recommend all of that. But I really think that, like, the best advice I can give is find a way to get plugged in when you're coming to Korea. If you're coming to be here for, like, not just a touristy trip, especially, but in general, find like a church or something that you can get plugged into, so that you can tackle the living in Korea challenges with other people. If it wasn't for my community group at my church, I don't think I would still be living in Korea. But they loved me and built me up and encouraged me so, so much that really is why I was able to still stay, especially in March, with like the most recent challenging thing that happened to me. And yeah, very good point, Brianna. I just want to say, make sure your repellent is legal on the airline that you're taking. The certain spray cans and stuff like that, like, you have to check to make sure that it's allowed to be taken. Uh, the the best bet that you would have would be ones that are also like, um, not the aerosol spray, but like the. Did anyone understand what I was saying? Not the, but the ones. Pump spray. You guys are great. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much for the mic drop. I'm sure you were not doing that because of my horrible sprain, but seriously, thank you so much for your support. Like, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much, truly. Um, Thank you, Mill. But yeah, make sure you pack it in your big suitcase, not the small carry-on one. It would be better just put it in a little bag and tape it up and keep it in your check, the bag that you check in. Oh, thank you so much. Do you have a name, or do you want me to call you Learn Japanese Online? But seriously, thank you so much for the support. That you guys have no idea how much stuff like that keeps me going, especially when life gets hard, and it's hard to get the videos up. Your support really does mean the most. Thank you, Michael, for your for spelling. Oh, I love you guys. I love that you can laugh with me and laugh at me. Please laugh away. Laugh away. Okay. Thank you so much. Learn Japanese. Thank you. Seriously. Going to South Korea November 9th for 9 days total, staying in Seoul. Is it worth traveling to Busan for 2 days? I get a lot of questions like this. I think it's a good question to ask. I do think that Busan is great, but I do think that there is so much to do in Seoul that you don't need to go. So just understanding that you would want to probably take the KTX just to get there as fast as possible. I love Busan, but like, I'm not a huge beach person, and the beaches get so packed that it's if you're going on a weekday, not a weekend, I do think you could have a really great time. And especially the place that I mentioned earlier, that's in my like Bulgoyang. What is it? They took like 3 cities and put it together. Especially the places in this highlight. Whoa. All right. That one. No. That one. I think that there are some really beautiful places there that you could make a lot. If you went on a weekday, you could really enjoy a lot, to see a lot. But I don't think you need to go. I think you'll have plenty to do in Seoul. So just with time, the amount, so plan like what to do in Seoul. And if you feel like you have enough time to kind of like, if you have like this whole to-do list of things you want to do, and you're like, oh my gosh, how are we going to fit it into those other 7 days? Maybe don't. But I personally love Busan, would go to Busan over Seoul most days for like, if I were to like, want to take like a few days to travel, like knowing the type of travel style I have, I would really love to just go to Busan because it's more chill and relaxed. But then the weekends, it just gets too much. So the answer is yes and no, sadly. Depends on what you are interested in doing here in Seoul. If you think there's more than I think there's more than enough to do in Seoul. So just do that and schedule like a free rest day, because people pack their trips and then they're like dying halfway. So you don't want to like die on your trip. We love life. We want to sustain life. Keep going. So put a rest day in the middle to just do whatever you want, to not be going crazy, 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 crazy. And I think you might have a more enjoyable trip. Early November, it might be a little chilly, and it won't be, thankfully, it won't be, so it won't be packed. So you could even manage to go down there on weekends and it would still be fine because it's off season. I still think it's usually a little bit warmer, and it is always a little bit warmer in Busan than it is here. So in Seoul. So that's also a nice thing, is like it's usually a little bit warmer down there. And I love walking the beach at night, even if it's chilly. So I do think that if you have there's more than enough to do in Seoul, but if you feel like you could spare, or you don't have too much, you're not like too much of like, let me see all the touristy things, I think you could have a really enjoyable time going down there. So your video quality is really good. Are you recording with a phone? I'm just on my MacBook Pro. And I think the the internet that is provided here is like super fast. So thankful for that. But yeah. Is it convenient to use the metro from the airport to Seoul station, or is it better to have a cab? 10,000%. Okay. I'm learning I need to say what I would think is best versus your travel style. To me, it is so expensive to take the cab from the airport into Seoul. Take the metro, the subway, the all stop train. Take it to at least Hongdae or Seoul. You could take the express to Seoul station. The time difference is not that much, so you might as well save a little bit of money. Get into Seoul and then take the taxi from there. And it might be a little frustrating. It might be, like hard to take all your suitcases and stuff like that. But you'll save like 50 to 60 bucks. So if you don't care about that, just take the taxi because it's easy. A lot of people just say, like, I don't want to deal with it. Let me just pop my address in there. But if you maybe don't realize what's going, you can also take the bus. The bus, there's like, you can take, there's like I just recorded not that long ago a way to take the bus from the airport to add into my airport guide as well. But the bus has like little, like the bus opens up, you can put the luggage underneath, and it takes you to a lot of bus stations. Just get closer to Seoul for cheap and then take a taxi if you need to the rest of the way. But yeah, so taxi from Seoul to the airport was about 60,000 won. So yeah, so you can do that. I just think that when you add in how much you might have to deal with traffic or something like that, it's not, I'm just like, what's a little bit slower of a ride to spend like 5,000 won to get to the airport rather than 60. So that's just, again, my personal opinion, but a lot of people just, they don't care anymore. They're tired. They have too much luggage. Just take the taxi. Just understand it'll be a bit expensive. Yeah, the venti taxi, it was around 90,000. That sounds about right. So the subway is faster usually if it's during like rush hour as well. So it's just, I really recommend taking the public at least into the city. What is the right amount of time to visit Seoul? If you mean for like a vacation? Wow. It's so dependent, I think, on just like what kind of travel person that you are. If you're like a touristy person and you want to do all the touristy things, I would say you need 12 days, preferably 2 weeks, because you'll get really tired. And so I would say like 10 to 12, you could probably do a lot of Seoul and enjoy a lot. But there's always like never ending amount of things to do. It's a good question. Yeah, I'd probably say 10 to 12, 14 would be best if that's possible. Um, so if I don't know if you meant to say Incheon or if this is another place that I'm just not aware of in Korea, but there are these things called venti taxis that are like they seat 6 people, 8. They have larger taxis. Um, oh, thank you so much. I'll answer that question in 1 second. But thank you so much for your support as well. But yeah, they have the larger taxis. It's just hard to call them. So you would want to use the Kakao app to pre-book if you're going anywhere else in Korea, not the airport, anywhere else to somewhere else, and you need like a larger taxi. You want to like, I think there's like a pre-booking in advance option. From the airport, they have them. They have the big taxis that are available, and you just need to tell somebody you need the big taxis. Which is faster to Yongdong? Let me make sure I know where that is. Bus or subway? Do, 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 do. So are you, I'm assuming this is Yongdong, like down south, like towards, it's like in between Daejeon and Daegu, I believe is what you're maybe asking about. Do, 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 do. Let me look on my phone because that'll be easier. I don't know if you guys, I don't know how new you are to my channel, but we always talk about I have mentioned in the past, Naver Maps and Kakao Maps are better than Google Maps. So just make sure that you're using those when you're here. Google Maps does work. It has updated, so it's better. But I still think that the best is um, the ones that are Korea focused, Korea friendly. But I do believe you can't use Naver Maps until you get here. Like it doesn't work outside of Korea. I want to better answer your question. I think it's Nali, but I think I would need Myeongdong. Okay. Myeongdong. Okay. So, do you mean from the airport to Myeongdong? Yeah, don't use Google, use Naver and Kakao. I think that those are way more accurate and way more up to date. I hope that. Oh, Boris, thank you so much. You guys are so kind. Truly, thank you so much for your support. Really, really, thank you. You guys are so, you're so nice. Yeah, Neighbor is really, really good. Okay, let me put in. So I'm just going to show you the example because it's good. So this is from the airport to, if you knew like uh, if you knew your address, I'm just putting in, this is, I guess, just a hospital or something. This is Myeongdong Station right here. So we're close enough, but we are clicking from Incheon to Myeongdong. And so now this part is showing, this is the little bus guy. And if for some reason you wanted to use the subway, period, you can click up here. It says subway. And up here it clicks this. If you click all, it's going to show you the best. But if you wanted to go via bus, you could click bus. You wanted to go via subway, click subway. But this is saying that the buses are faster. So you would want to put in your own address, but it's looking like there's buses that take you directly to Myeongdong. For example, this one, the 6001, might be a little bit longer, but it takes you directly there. Don't try to ever do any of these like little transfers if there's if there's an option that takes you the full way there, because the time that it says it's the best route, but like 1 hour 15 minutes. Oh, why does it say it's best and that's faster? Make it make sense. Okay, we love Neighbor. We love Neighbor. We really do. Sometimes she's a little stupid, okay? But that's okay. So Don't take the little short transfers. That's gonna waste time. By the time you get from the one to the next, it's gonna end up taking more time. And so if there's one full option way, go that way. And then this is the bus station. I believe it's on. Go up and ask the info desk. I need to triple check and I don't want to speak it wrong, but it's on a separate floor and there is like a full, like, whole long area of all the bus terminals. And it's just like a bus terminal that's like in Gangnam. You have to go up to the ticket and buy like the ticket for the bus at the machine. And then that will take you to wherever you're going. So the this case, it's good. So you'll have to buy the ticket for the 6,001. Then you'll look on the ground or look up at the sign and you'll find 6,001 and there'll be like a little queue, like a little waiting line. And you'll go wait in that line with your ticket at hand and they'll help you take and put your luggage underneath. They'll ask you, where are you going? And so they'll put them in the bottom of like the luggage compartment according to wherever you're getting off at. And so the bus is going to be faster for you to get there. Even on here, it'll say when the next one's coming and stuff like that. But yeah, the bus is going to be better for you than the subway to get to Myeongdong. There's your answer. Thank you again, Boris. I love the little guy flying thing. Okay, anyways. Tells you train times and everything. We love Neva. We love Neva. Are there a lot of hills in Seoul? Sometimes. It's funny how you can just have random acts of mountain. And really, mountain here equals staircase, nature staircase. So in Itaewon and around like the center of Seoul is more hilly. And then I feel like the farther you go outside, it gets less hilly. I'm going through my brain and like walking around going, is that right? It's about right. But yeah, there's random acts of hills. Do not bike in Seoul. People can't drive. I got hit twice. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. I hope you're okay. Do not ride bikes. And this is like, putting this comment aside. Only ride a bike if you are at like the Han River and you're taking those like bike paths that are like against the water. Biking, I don't understand why people bike on like sidewalks here because there are so many people. You're constantly having to try to maneuver in and out. There's this thing where like if it's green for pedestrians to cross the street, how can I show you this? If this is the crosswalk, there's a green light here and a green light here. The cars can come, like they're not going to fully turn, but they'll come and they'll like wait, like right at the crosswalk. Like, when's it going to turn red? And sometimes taxis, if they don't see anybody coming, they'll just go anyways. And so bikes are so fast, right? They're not really like looking for bikes. I don't believe drivers are looking for bikes as often as they are looking for humans. So yeah, I'm so sorry that you got hit, but I've almost gotten hit just walking by bike people because they're doing that like weird, awkward, like trying to go slow, but they don't want to get off their bikes, but there's like 65 people. So they keep doing this thing. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I don't think that bikes should be ridden unless you are like near the river or you're on one of those trails that's like long. Don't be biking throughout the city. I really don't recommend. And be careful with the little scooters as well. You're probably not going to be able to use them because you need to have specific apps. And the only ways that you can use those little like tiny electric scooters is if you like live here and it's illegal to have two people on them at the same time. So don't ever do that. You'll get in trouble. But people still do it. Will the rental humbucks fit tall people? So you want to make sure that you're going to humbug places that are in foreign friendly areas. And all of Myeongdong, near like the palace area. This might be part of something I was thinking about doing on the tour. Is it allowing that to be part of the experience if you guys wanted to? Like, I can show you the Hamburg place that I think is a really good one to go to. Stuff like that. So many ideas in my head, but if it's a foreign friendly area, there'll be Hamburgs that fit all sizes. So let me go to the map again. The most. Okay. So you've probably heard of Yongbokgung Palace. This one. All around here is going to have a bunch of foreign friendly Hamburg places to go to. And they have sizes as well, like all sizes, types. If you're going like the farther you go away from that palace, I feel like the less foreign friendly that they'll get. Really recommend think about what shoes you're gonna wear in advance. Think about what shoes you're gonna wear because they'll be seen. Even if it's a foreign friendly, it might still be a little short on you, so your feet will be hanging out. Happened to me. And just make sure you're wearing something like kind of comfy. And you can make it a vibe. You can make it aesthetic, if you have like a really fun shoe and it's just hanging out of the humble. But also if you just wanted to take a picture, just think about like look at it, take a picture, and then like you can also like kneel a little bit, not kneel, but like squat a little bit to hide your feet if you wanted to hide them. But yeah, think about what shoes you're gonna wear. It'll fit. They have usually many different sizes, but a lot of those humble places you want to get there right when they open. I'm not kidding, because the ones that fit many sizes usually leave quickly, and they'll have these huge tour groups come, and they'll be gone like super fast. So get there like right when they open. Truly. SIM cards, you can get a SIM card at the airport. So there are no more QR code check-ins. Like if you go to a restaurant or something, you don't have to do that anymore. I do recommend having a phone number of some kind for safety purposes. I'm going to turn this off because I'm getting a little chilly. But you don't have to have a Korean phone number. Like I felt like you had to have it before. I do think it's good for safety, and they will ask you for a phone number to check to see where you are, but you could just give the hotel. There's a Wi-Fi egg option as well that is available. Tracy has one as well. The link should be, I think, in the description box about the SIM card stuff. I think the prices, I know. I don't remember off the top of my head the exact prices, but I know that the prices are the most expensive in the airport because they know that you're just coming there and it's the easiest option. So you're going to be paying the most if you go to the airport and get your SIM card. If you get it in advance with Tracy, they send it to your house in advance so you have it. It'll work from the moment that you sit in the airport. When they ask you to have a contact phone number, you'll already have that. And they have good customer service. So if anything goes wrong, you can just text them like with Wi-Fi, or you can use somebody else's phone and they'll answer so fast. So I just really think that there's a lot of pros to getting it in advance with Tracy. Whereas if you go to the one in the airport, there's no customer service. If something goes wrong, you can't ask them things. So that's, again, just kind of my own personal take on it. But watch my SIM card video because there's other things that you need to know. Can your phone even take a SIM card? Some of the newer iPhones, like the super new iPhones, only have eSIMs. Sometimes the phone needs to be unlocked and your phone isn't unlocked. So I would watch that SIM card video of mine. Even though it's old, the information is still applicable, and would really recommend that. Reservations are so complicated here, and usually you need to have an ARC. You need to have like a residency or a long-term visa. ARC is the alien registration card. So basically, you need to be living in Korea in order to make reservations. It's so complicated. Reservations, buying things online. It's so messy. You need to have a long-term visa to do a lot of that stuff. Doo-doo-doo. Convenience stores. I love convenience stores so much. Ty! Hi, love. Good to see you. Happy to see you. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, I appreciate you, Mill, for answering about K-pop related things. I don't know nothing about K-pop related things. I mean, I know some stuff, and what Mill said is correct. I would say Myeongdong area is a good place if you want to buy K-pop stuff. There's a lot of K-pop stores just everywhere. It's Korea, right? The problem is just like I don't know what like I've gone to help other people to like buy things to because they wanted things and they in the States, and so I bought them and I just literally would go anywhere. I don't know if I'm spending too much or too little, but I do know from what other people have told me that Myeongdong area is the best place because it's the cheapest. I'm so sorry, I can't help with K-pop. My couch is starting to squeak. I'm not farting. So sorry. Triangle kimbops. I love triangle kimbops. You're so kind. You guys are so sweet. You're so pretty. You're pretty. Oh my gosh, Kristen, you guys, thank you so much. Like I really do appreciate your support. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you. Okay, I'm happy to answer questions. I will be in sorry, I just need to take a moment. Like I know this is what people do to make sure their questions get answered. And you're right. I do want to make sure I answer it when you support me in this way. But I just want to say thank you so much, Ty. You guys. Thank you so much for the support. Ty, I love you so much. I can't wait to give you a big hug here. Thank you guys. Okay, I will be in South Korea for a week in October. I want to experience the clubs one night. Is there any way I can meet other women to go out with in Seoul? Or should I avoid clubs? Okay. So it's hmm. What happened to me in March is related to getting taken advantage of by a guy. I had felt the Lord wanted me to talk about this a bit, actually, and it is a video that I want to make. It can happen anywhere. It can happen to anybody. Please do not go by yourself. It's not that I don't think that people are smart. It's not that I think that I'm stupid. It's there are just bad people out there that will take advantage of people when you try to when you think that they're trustworthy. Um I do think that there are certain times and ways that you can enjoy nightlife, and that meetup that I had mentioned about before called the You Are Not Alone Instagram. There's like if you go on Instagram, it's called You Are Not Alone. YNA. Let me see if I can find the title of it. This meetup is great. You do not have to. This is the meetup one that I was talking about. Can you see the? Yeah. They are so fun. It's a wonderful way to meet people. The people that go to that are quite authentic. I've been there and I've heard of other language exchange related things where things go astray. They all go to a a place called Sugarland afterwards every time that they have the meetup. And it's a large group of people going together. They'll get pizza. It's a place that they can get drinks and stuff like that. And I think that's a good experience because you're with a group of people and you're not by yourself. But I don't think that my experience says that you shouldn't go out to anything, related to the alcohol world. But I was going out for my friend and trying to, like, help celebrate her birthday. And yeah, the way that it unfolded, and it was an old friend that I trusted. And I do hope to make a video about this just because I want to explain the severity of what is going on in Korea right now. And I think that, yeah, I think I should talk about it, because it was on my heart this morning to talk about it. There is such a culture here that people, like, want their K-drama moment. They watch the K-dramas and they really do get this thought of, like, maybe if I do meet someone in Korea. And I had so many experiences where guys would say all the right things, do all the right things in the moment for maybe a day or two. And what it led to was getting really, yeah, just becoming way more just an object to these men than a person. Uh, if you are somebody that doesn't mind, like, hooking up and stuff like that, I personally can't say that I have that, because I just think, and I'm just going to be so freaking open and honest right now, sex is a beautiful gift that connects you with someone. And I hope that if you ever partake in that, when you look into that person's eyes, you are cared about and loved so deeply as a person, as a name, not as an object. And what's happened is there's this cultural dynamic that foreigners are coming, they want to have a good time, they'll do whatever they want to do. And there's so many people, not just Koreans, I'm saying everywhere, people, men, and this is happening everywhere, but especially here in Korea right now. They see that and they feed off of the vulnerability of these women. And so please understand that guys will take advantage of that, and they will say the right thing, they will do the right thing, and they will just do literally what is necessary to get you somewhere that maybe you even looked them in the eyes and told them you do not want to do, or something you do not want to partake in, get you to that place and drop you and ghost you. Maybe they'll do it a few times and then ghost you, but they want one thing and they will do whatever by whatever means necessary to get to that point. And it's heartbreaking and it's hard. And I just want to say, if you have been taken advantage of, or if anything has happened to you and any part of you did not want to do that thing, it is not your fault. Do not blame yourself. You are so worth loving, and somebody will love you in the right time. Understand your worth, understand your value. And if something has happened to you in Korea, there is something called the sunflower clinics. There's two of them. There's one near Yok, and then there's one down off the orange line a bit farther off towards Gangnam, and it's literally called the police hospital. And you can go there and they can help you. They will provide even, like, any appointments to get checked up, they'll provide all of that. They even provide counseling. Sadly, they don't have any English speaking, but they can provide the counselor, like the translator, if they need it. They will provide medication if you need it. I just want to say that so that this is in the internet. This is part of the video that I plan to make. But yeah, I sadly experienced something really devastating and really hard, and that's why it's harder for me to turn the camera on these days. But the church community and the way that the Lord has used this to make me so much stronger, to remove all these lies in me that I am dirty or used or wouldn't be worth loving, the way that, yeah, it's all just getting uprooted because of this horrible, tragic thing that did happen. So I just want to say that you are so loved, whoever you are watching this. I just want to remind you of your worth. The world wants to come in and make us think that we're not worth loving or that we're dirty, and it's so not true. You are not what happened to you. Um, that might be a part of your story, but that doesn't define who you are. And so just to understand that you're so, so incredible and so worth being loved. And we'll talk about it, eventually in a video more so. But a lot of people say, like, where have you been? Why are you not posting as well? And yeah, it's been a lot and it's been a roller coaster. But yeah, I just want to remind you of your worth and just to be so careful. Do not go alone if you go out to clubs, and whoever you go with, make sure that at the beginning of the night you are clear with that person what you are interested in or what you are okay to do. And if that person knows that you don't want to go and hook up with somebody or you don't want to go down that path, make sure you do not leave them alone. Ever. Don't leave them. Go everywhere with them. And even if they had some alcohol and they're saying, no, it's fine, love them well. And know that if it's worth it and you actually do care to be loved, that you can get their number and they will continue to not make you question whether or not they like you. If they really want a relationship with you, they won't pressure you to do things that you don't want to do. You won't question if they like you. They'll be able to talk to you often. You'll be able to go on so many first dates before you do the physical stuff because they realize your worth and they realize you're worth waiting for. So please, please understand that uh, alcohol makes you think funny things. And so love your friends well by keeping them accountable to the sober version of what they told you. And also, if you just so happen to be a friend that you found out that something happened to their friend, it's also not don't take like blame and make it weigh yourself down in like pain. There were two friends that I was with the day that it happened, and I convinced them like, it's okay. And it was a close friend of mine that this happened with. So, not close, but an old friend of mine that I trusted. And so, don't throw blame around other than on put it on the person that did the wrong bad thing. That's who to blame, and sin is to blame because this world is broken and it's evil. So, yeah, I'm just going to look at the comments quick, and I do want to get back to I know someone else asked me a question as well. Thank you so much for your guys' love and support. It does suck that it happened. Mm, Nick, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Clara. Or it wasn't Steph. Yeah. Um, mm, much love, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Jungkook's lover. Um, thank you for your guys' prayers and love. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Matt. Thanks, Ty. Okay. Love you guys so much. Let me go back up to there was another chat. Yes, I'm going back, Adam. Sorry about that. Would you go to China again just for a visit? The border is it's open again, really? Oh, I loved my time in China. I really, really, really loved my time in China. And if, gosh, that would be like a dream come true if I could go back and see some of the friends that I made. The problem is I deleted WeChat off of my phone and I don't know how to like I can't figure out how to re-enter it. And so I haven't been able like to contact, the friends that I had made because I had known them all through Weixing. So I 100% would go back to China. Yes. I lived down in like towards the south. I had been around, like, to see the pandas and stuff like that, but I really, really hope that I can go back to China one day. Ugh, there's so much good food in China, and I loved riding, like, the little dianzhenche, like, the motorcycles. I had my own motorcycle and stuff like that. Oh, I miss it. Um, okay. I'll answer a few more questions, but then I do have to get going. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. Oh my gosh. We've been on here for a minute. Ba, 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 doo, doo, doo. Um, do, 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 do. Thank you, Mill, for coming in here and answering all these questions as well. Love you, girl. If you order the SIM card with Tracy, it says online how long it will take according to the country that you're from, but it should come in a few days, week max, for most countries, but not all. It says on there like how long it'll take. Um, Ooh, I want to surprise my wife for her birthday for a great dinner experience. Somewhere like location recommendation part of Seoul. I'm trying to think of like something romantic or super special. I love good food, right? I love a good food. I love good eats. And so I'm trying to think like a pretty view. Gosh. Okay, there is this part. Um there's this area. Sadly, I think that this is a bar, but around here, I believe they have food as well, but at night it just gets so busy is the only thing. But this place is called okay, it's called Urban Cliff. Okay. It is near how do I describe this? Yeah, it's near Namsan, kind of. Yeah, it's definitely near Namsan. I'm trying to show like a version of the maybe if you just pull up the map yourself. The urban cliff has a beautiful view. And this is like it you might want to take a taxi because it goes up pretty steep. But the view in this area, there are so many like restaurants and cafes that just the view is incredible in this area. And weekends, I don't know if you could get a seat or a table, but to go in that area and just find something with an overlook, even after if you went to like a dinner in the area and then you just went there to get like a drink or something, such a beautiful view. I love that area. So that's my recommendation. Sorry, I'm very new to these coffee things. How do I contribute? Thank you so much for even asking. I have like a support me. What, I don't know what this would be called. Kind of like a GoFund. No. People use it if you would like to support them to some capacity. There is a page I have that it's just like a if you want to donate and support my channel. What is that? Patreon. There we go. It's like a Patreon. The only reason I like used this is just because I can put my guides on here as well as like a store. Like this airport guide, never in a million years would I have known that 1,071 people would purchase this. But I mean, again, I wanted to have like a something to help you guys. And this page is like 22 20 pages of me showing you the full, like, how to do the airport thing. And I could have charged more, but I wanted to make it easy for you guys to just purchase. So it's only $3, or if you want to give more, you can. But yeah, that website is just a way. You can use PayPal. I think to purchase. I think Venmo might have been like a new addition or something like that. But yeah, you can even just put a card in there for like a one-time payment. But that is a way to support my channel. If you would like to give monthly, even you could, which is crazy. While we're here, I just want to say thank you, because there are some people that have been supporting me for so long on there. And there's some people who are meal partners with me on there, and I do want to shout them out because I just love them so much. So yeah, Vicky, um, not sure if your name is Orbital Saint, but thank you. Um, Duane, I don't know if it's a different way to spell Dwayne, and I've never seen it that way, but um, Brian, uh, Bayu, and then Che Yak Hun. It's spelled in English, and so I'm sure some of this is like a different, like language. But thank you guys so much for being meal partners with me, which is just like incredible. That the monthly donations really mean so much. So thank you so much. But yeah, you can get on there and you can join to be a member with me or a partner with me. But yeah, that's on my like coffee page. Oh, not sure how it works via credit card or set up an account. Yeah, if you use PayPal, that's definitely going to be the safest, because it's you don't tell the website at all any of your own information. But yeah, sometimes you can just check out as a guest as well. You don't even need to make the login. You could just click the guest. But yeah, I've been using that for a long time now, and never had a single problem. Nobody said anything about anything. So, like, nobody said any, like, wait, nothing's ever gone wrong. Yeah. Thank you for all your hard work. Have a wonderful day. You are loved. Thank you so much, Julie. So kind of you. Um, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go soon. It's been so long. I love you guys so much. Thank you for sticking around so long. Came across your channel while surfing the internet on traveling around Busan. Your video was informative, not only about Busan, but also Seoul. Thank you for putting up such great videos. Thank you so much, Simply K. Thank you so much. Um, yes, Hapjeong, Mappo. I love that area so much. I don't know what the question was originally, but Hapjeong, Mappo is so, I had an Airbnb in that area, and I really love that as well. I also think eSIMs are easier, but just because I've only known physical SIMs, I just feel more comfortable with them. I haven't found like a great eSIM option yet to recommend to you guys, but I'll work on that, because it's definitely, we are turning towards like the eSIM is the future, so I should. Yes, you see a comfy couch, right? We've come a long way from sitting on the floor in my old apartment. Airbnb recommendations. I have been, again, one of the many videos I really want to make is how to find a good Airbnb. Like, truly, what are like red flags? What are things to look for? So I do want to say that. Maybe I could make that another just guide, because there's so many things that videos take me so long to make. But I do think that would be a really helpful video. So I think that would be good, but definitely need to go because I'm starting to lose my voice. I've been talking for 2 hours. But one for sure, like, reviews are so important. Please, please do not book anything without reviews. Reviews are the only. Korea is so good at Photoshop. So just understand that. And don't ever, ever, ever go somewhere where the photos look like they've all been kind of like brightened a little bit. Oh my gosh, door. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Mm. Mhm. Mm. There's so much about my job that I just have to live in this like continued state of trusting that God will provide because, yeah, especially if you guys are just joining and maybe you didn't hear, but yeah, just talking about what happened recently. And it's just been hard to be in front of the camera sometimes. And it's just continuously having to just trust that God has me here for a reason and that I love being able to help you guys. And it's really moments like this that humble me so much that like I get worried. Oh my gosh, you guys. God is good all the time. Thank you so much, Nathan. You guys really don't have to. um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for your help. You really get to these states in life where you just start to go like, "Oh my gosh, how are we gonna do this?" And God continues to be so good and so gracious to bless me through strangers on the internet. Like, what? Like, I don't know you guys. I wish I knew you guys. I wish I sat down with coffee and could look you in the eyes and say thank you so much. But yeah, it's just so humbling. So thank you so much, truly. Thank you for your help. Yeah, wow. Oh gosh, I was saying something and I don't remember what I was saying. Airbnbs, make sure you do not go to one that the pictures look overexposed. And also make sure that the pictures, when you flip through them, you understand the full layout of the place. You should understand, you should be able to draw, like Photoshop these pictures together and see the whole space. My worst Airbnb experiences are when there wasn't like a cohesiveness to the Airbnb, and when I got there, it's because they were not taking pictures of the really bad things, if that makes sense. So just want to finish that comment before I keep going. But um, may God supply all your needs according to his riches. Amen. God is proof that I am here. 7 doctors told my mom she would never have had kids, and somehow I am here. Everyone is a miracle, of course. I love that last sentence. Everyone really is a miracle if you think about how our bodies can just, women, not men, how the women and the men come together, have a child, incredible in itself. But yeah, Nick, you were predestined to be in this world. And in this very moment, we have a wonderful creator, Heavenly Father, that I can call on to and in a minute's notice. And when I tell you what I went through here was so hard, but to know that God was with me in it, people will often say, how could you believe in a God when something that bad could happen? But for me, it's more, I see that there is so much bad and so much darkness in this world. And I am so thankful that I'm not alone and that any horrible act, anything sad that has happened, has made God weep and cry, and it breaks his heart to know that the world is in this state. But he also saw that he had two options. We could either make the world a perfect place where we're all robots and everything happens order by order, and there's no choice. There's just we all love because we have to, and we do things because we have to, and we just do the only other, like, the two options is that, or we have a world where we give human choice. We can let them choose, but also God sees, I will come in and bring redemption, and I will bring a way out of this dark mayhem mess. And I will come out of love and do by all means necessary whatever I need to save my children from the mess and the darkness of sin. And so to know that I live in this world that is broken and sad, and He weeps over the darkness and the brokenness in this world, but He also gives me the way out. He gives me peace and love that surpasses all understanding. That strengthens and sustains me through what felt like a very hellish experience. And so, yeah, I'm just so thankful to know that I can rest in that, in every season, in every trial. Um, so yeah, coming to Korea has pushed me in ways that I never anticipated, but it's also where I have felt the most loved because I've grown so close to the Lord. So yeah. I like how you don't sugarcoat life on your channel. The ups and downs, the unexpected, keep it up. Thank you so much. Um, Truly. Deha, thank you so much for your support. I'm so overwhelmed. um, I love you guys so much. I never would have thought that my job would result in feeling so loved by strangers. Um, and to know people have prayed for me, like, incredible. Thank you guys so much. There was something that I saw earlier. I really hope to move there one day, and I also hope to meet you one day. I would love to meet all of you guys. My friend speeding event, I have another friend speeding event that comes up. It's just, I mean, I could just meet you online. It's just a way to connect travelers with other travelers, and then you get added to my group chat. And we're gonna have tomorrow like online game night and stuff like that. So if you are interested in being friends, like, the only reason there is a small payment is because I really want to keep out the crazy people. I want you to be devoted and committed, but it's literally just a one-time payment, and then you're part of the group and you're part of the family. So MEGAN-OSTEN-VWD spent for the speed friending event is a really good way for me to meet you guys as well. And then this is the last question, and then I've got to go, but I do love you guys so much. I'm from the US, Kristen. Hi. Would love to get facials. Okay, I can't make this last question because recommendations on the facial appointments and stuff like that, it's not some I have such sensitive skin that I get really worried about doing a lot of the treatments and stuff like that because anything could make me break out. I have, like, you can't really see how bad, like, dry my skin is, but my face is always peeling heavily. Um, but I also have learned how to take care of that with the right exfoliants and the right moisturizers and stuff like that. But I don't want to give clinic recommendations because I've never gone to a clinic and enjoyed the experience myself. I love, hashtag keep the weirdos out. I love certain face masks from, well, I'll just get it because this is worth saying because this is stuff you can get in Korea. 잠시만요. Do 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 do. Okay. These are the best masks. They're at Olive Young, decently priced. I get like the mega packs. Mildew! I love these masks. I love these masks. This specific one. And then I use this to help with exfoliating off the dead. When my skin gets really dry, I get really dry patches. I use this to exfoliate it off. I don't use it often. You want to, not use it all the time, but I'll use this to exfoliate it off. And honestly, if that doesn't work sometimes, I just maybe I'm crazy, but guys, it's working. I saw somewhere that you just wet a towel and you just use that to just like exfoliate dead skin off of your face. And then you just want to make sure you're going in with a good something really moisturizing. So I love these. I love this. And then I always use really high because you need to know your skin type. And so because I lean so heavily dry, I use really heavy moisturizers. And yeah, I don't know if you care about my skincare routine, but I kind of just want to do like day of my life vlog and just show you the parts of my life that I, don't show the camera. And maybe I could throw my skincare in there, but I don't do too much. So, yes. Mil. Macy, I'm so sorry I'm about to leave, but I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. We love all the skincare routines. Got it. Um, if you guys would like to see a day in my life, maybe I could do that. I have some old footage as well that is a fun day in my life as well that I remember filming that and really liking that day. So maybe I could do that as well. But is there any other question I could find? I just feel bad because I didn't answer your question well. I'll look into skincare. I should try. I do think it could be helpful and it's so cheap here. Um, so food related things. I have started and it's not posted yet, so it's more of like a keep a lookout. But I have started creating something, this food map of my food recommendation spots on this app called Thatch. And I am making my favorite food places in Seoul and food experiences that I think you should go to. I am working on that, so it has, yeah, like explanation of how to like where like what kind of food it is, how to eat it and stuff like that. Because sometimes you're like, how do we eat this? And it's just my favorite spots. A lot are in the Hongdae area because that's where I used to live. So that's where I found like my favorite spots. So keep a lookout for that as well. It has a lot of really good Korean food recommendations, but other types of food as well. All of my favorite spots are on there. So, all right, I'm gonna head out of here, guys. It's been 2 hours. I think this is the longest live I've done for sure. But it was good to see your guys' face. Good to see your little username face with the little picture. I hope to see it here in Korea sometime soon. Definitely just follow me on Instagram because that's where I post all of the things first. That's where I soft launch those consultations. That's where I let people know when we have the friend speeding events. I don't post all of that on here quite as much. So Instagram at MEGAN-OSTEN. But thank you guys so much for so much love today. I cannot believe how much you guys loved me so well. So much love back at you. Have a good night. Sleep well. Have a good day. See you next time. Much love. Sleep well. Ciao, ciao. Bye. Love you. I love you, Mel. Miss you. Bye.